Hey everybody, Scott Kelby here, and welcome to The Grid. I am joined today by a very, very special man. A man, I forget. It's RC.
What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing today?
I had a big thing in my head. It just
built up.
Left. It left. Hey, we are very, very excited to have you here. We have, we're going to do something we don't do on The Grid. We don't do tutorials on this show. We have a very, very different tutorial. And the entire tutorial, we're actually going to put a countdown clock. It's 5 minutes.
I'm excited.
We're so excited about this. Anyway, we have a really amazing show today, but a couple of things first. Matt is still in Hawaii. Dude, how much vacation time does this guy get?
A lot. Well, actually, like the average day in Hawaii is just actually expanded. So it's like if you go 1 day, it's like 5 days.
Anyway,
5 normal days.
Two things. Good news. Number one, I think he's on his way back. Number two, he did not buy a timeshare. Which was a danger, believe me. Anyway, so Matt's on his way back. All right, so that's we'll be happy to have him back next week, but I'm so glad RC is here today because this is something that RC and I have worked on. I would have to say that we've put more preparation into today's grid than maybe any episode in the history of the grid, which is sad. But anyway, tomorrow night, I want to invite you guys to a free thing that we're doing that you are going to love. If you like Photoshop, if you like Lightroom, if you like photography, if you like air or oxygen, come and join us tomorrow night for our free Photoshop World-a-thon. So what we do is tomorrow night, it's kind of like a telethon about Photoshop World, and we're all sharing tips. Here's like a preview of what we're doing in our class, right? So you can go sign up right here at photoshopworld.com/athon. Just A-T-H-O-N. And if you go, we have this little digital goodies bag that you get tomorrow. Like everybody gets this little digital goodie bag. But we're going to have some giveaways tomorrow. We'll be giving away some B&H gift cards, I heard.
Nice.
Yeah, nice ones, good ones. And anyway, if you like all that stuff, which it's a big tip fast, I think we have 7,500 people signed up already. Anyway, come for tomorrow night. It's free and it's fun, and we have giveaways. You'll learn a ton of cool stuff, and you'll get a little preview of what it's like to be at Photoshop World.
And that's the point that I think that's the one thing that I was going to jump in and be like, the one part that I like about the entire thing is the fact that you get to see just a tiny taste of what it's like to go to Photoshop. If you've never been to Photoshop World, that is I'm very passionate about it whenever it starts. It's a great time. So to be able to just share a small portion of what it's like for you guys, hopefully it'll convince a lot of you guys to be able to come here.
Yeah, because it's going to be in Vegas and it's going to be cool. Some of our instructors send in videos, and we'll be doing some stuff live here for you on the show and stuff. And we'll show you we're trying to give you what the Photoshop World experience is about. It's tomorrow night. Come and check it out at that address, and just go register so you'll have a spot. And they'll send you a little reminder and a link to get your goodies back. All right, we got giveaways. We are giving away RC's book, the HDR book, best book on HDR ever written in the history of man. Actually, that's the second version of it.
Yes, it is. It is.
Not many HDR books make it to their second printing.
Yeah.
That's your second edition. And dude, you reinvented that book on the second edition.
Thank you very much. It's one of those things where it's just like I wanted to cut out a lot of stuff. I wanted to kind of make it a little bit more focused and a little bit more of how to exactly get the technique. It's been doing very, very well. Thank you so much for Peach Pit and for all of you guys that have gotten it. Hopefully we can share this with somebody else.
And you know what? You won't hate the HDR in it. If you hate HDR, you will love it because RC's got a very good style. It doesn't look overdone. It doesn't look crazy. Everybody wants to learn RC. We call it RC style. Hey man, I did this HDR RC style. So anyway,
thank you.
He reveals the style in there.
Now,
Corey's book.
Another amazing book here, Corbell. And this is something that I always have to preface with. It is not just a designer book. This has a designer flair. But if you do anything that starts with an image, Corey Barker is the master at this kind of stuff.
You know what I would say? If you read Photoshop User Magazine and your favorite column, by the way, it's everybody's favorite column, is Photoshop Down and Dirty Tricks, imagine a whole book of it, of stuff that's not in the magazine, that's it. And dun, 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 dun. I just got my copy today. Dun, 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 dun. It's part 5 of my digital photography book. It just came out. Yeah, well, no, you can't see it yet because I have a story.
I've been waiting for this story. Wait.
Anyway, it just came out I literally got this copy 2 hours ago. It's on its way to bookstores. It'll probably be in stores here really shortly, but I'm going to give away 5 signed copies today at the end of the show. It's very different from my other ones. And I did a video on my blog. If you go to my blog, was it day before yesterday? Day before yesterday, I ran a video on Tuesday that explains what's different about part 5. So this is the 5th in the series. It just came out. I hope you'll check it out. It's available in Kindle right now, or you can get the print book in about, I think, 10 days. Okay, also, there was something else I wanted to mention about I forget. Anyway, that's the book. We have it here.
All right, so
5
please,
copies.
Are you ready to tell me the story?
Yes. Are you ready for the embarrassing story?
All right. Now,
this is the most embarrassing thing photographically that has happened to me in many years.
So Scott calls me up yesterday and he's just like, listen, we're going to talk about something in the grid. We got plenty of stuff to talk about. But before we do, I need you to not listen or go on social media and hear anything. I want to tell you something and I want to get your genuine reaction to it. He said, it's the most embarrassing thing. And I'm like, oh, it's on. So wait, hold up. Tell me your story.
It happened to me last night on Twitter. And I'm not making this up. This is one of the most embarrassing. When you hear it, you're going to go, oh, dude. So yesterday I did this promo, right, about my book. And the book on Amazon, even though it's not available in the print copy, got to 233 of all books on Amazon. So a bunch of people bought it. Thank you, by the way. A bunch of people bought it and bought it because they want to get it first when it comes out. So thank you, everybody that did that. So a reader named Suman Zaman sends me a text and goes, hey, I really like the book. Great.
Thanks.
But I do take issue with one thing in your book. You used selective color. and I wrote back, afraid not. Because for those of you who don't know what selective color is, it's where you take an image and everything's black and white, but one thing's in color. And it's the cheesiest effect ever.
You did.
No, wait. It gets worse. Wait. So I'm thinking, so I write back, afraid not in my book. Now, there is a photo that I've done that people think is selective color, and it is a shot of the London Eye. All of the cars are like a light blue, and there's one red one. Mm-hmm. And I've had people call me out on that before.
That's a bleach bypass, though.
No, that's the real color.
That is a real color? Okay.
That car that's what drew me to the shot.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I've seen the London Eye a bunch of times, and it never, it was like, oh, it's a Ferris wheel. But when the one car was different, the one color, it was breaking a pattern. I thought it was cool. So I thought, well, he's going to come back and go, it's this shot of London, and I'm going to go, ha, gotcha. That's the way it really was. And he goes, no, it's not that shot. Hold on. I'm opening it in Photoshop, sorry.
Okay. Now, hey, while we're doing that, make sure you join the chat, the Grid Live. Tweet this.
It's this shot.
What is that shot?
That is the worst example ever of selective color. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking,
you did do it.
He scammed me, right? I'm thinking, he's scamming me. He converted it to black and white and made a screen capture. So I went to confirm that there's no way that I would put. This is what we make fun of this on a level like if someone sends it into the grid and they do selective color we're like, dude, selective color, are you crazy? Oh. So anyway, but before I show you that, well, no, I'll show you this. So look, I want you to look on screen. I go to the folder where the images. So each chapter in the book, by the way, starts with, if I can just show you real quick, what's called a chapter opener. All right, can't we use that chapter? Let me find one. Where's this chapter start? Okay, it starts with a chapter opener. So there's a picture and then a description of what's in the chapter, kind of. Anyway, so I just put a folder together and I sent them to my editor and said, here's the chapter openers. So I open that folder, look on my screen. All right, if we can see my screen. And that's what I see. I go, crap, there it is. If I quick look at, that's not a black and white image.
Right.
I mean, that's not a selective color image. I'm like, this is crazy. That's what the image is supposed to look like. And I'm thinking this guy's pulling so I open it with Photoshop.
What happened?
I used this as a tutorial to show somebody what selective color was. Because nothing works better to show, what the auto mask feature does. I always use a bride with a bouquet to help explain what auto mask is, because when you make the brush real big and you paint right, you can paint right up to the flowers, but it won't change the color of the flowers. And people see that and they go, oh, I get auto mask. I use this I even make fun of selective color when I do the tutorial. And what happens is,
It saved it,
and they printed it in the book. So in the book, this is why I didn't want to show you the book. I wouldn't let RC look at it, because when you go to the wedding chapter, this all hit me. I feel like such an idiot. So I called my editor last night.
But It's a really good selective color,
Oh,
Scott.
it's a sock selective color. It's awful. That's like saying Happy Monday. It's like it's an oxymoron. Anyway, you should have seen my face the moment that I opened it in Photoshop last night, because I'm going back and forth. There's no way. And they showed me that photo, and I thought because it'd be a great joke, a great prank to pull on me. I call Kim, my editor. I'm like, Kim, how did this is what's so amazing about it. I see the entire book, like when it's all laid out and stuff. Kim comes to me, we lay everything out. And Kim is saying there's no way that photo's in the book. I'm saying there's no way that photo, we're all saying there's no way it could be there. Oh, it's there. However, if there is any silver lining, and by the way, there's not. If there's any silver lining, we contacted the publisher, Peach Pit Press, and they're going to swap out for the color version in the Kindle edition. So if you buy it in Kindle, you'll see what it's supposed to look like, which is this photo. Wait, hold on.
Kindle sales just went through the roof. Like everybody.
Right there. That's what it should look like.
I was just gonna start giving you stuff and be like, so does chapter 11 have for like a railroad track with like a cat in HDR?
But you know what the bad thing is?
Ouch.
Here's what's crushing me.
Ouch.
So you guys that are watching today know the story. I'll tell the story on my blog, which is I'll probably just put this video clip up there. But all of the people, this book is sold all over the world.
You will be known as a selective
they will just
color
go,
guy.
No,
please no.
No. And then, can I tell you what? This is what just made this so perfect. Completely unrelated to this morning, I see a Facebook post, which I'd like to open for you now. I see this Facebook post from one of my followers. I see the post quite a bit.
What does it say?
It says, so what happened on the photography forum? I posted a photo with selective coloring. And then the son looks at his dad and then he hugs him. Seriously. That was this morning, right?
It's
from Henny
just
Smith
mocking
Photography.
you.
And I
It's
see
just-
Henny's posts all the time, and I'm like, sorry guys, I just couldn't resist the urge. And I don't think that
He mocks you.
I don't know what to say. This is the most embarrassing. It's just.
Yeah, and to know this is just to know how much we hate. Like, if you think that we are not fans of it just on the show, you have no idea. There are a couple of like little totems that you can say around the office. One of those is like, hey, well,
nice.
shot.
Yes.
Hey, get shot of selective color.
Hey, that doesn't look good. Maybe you can make selective color out of it.
And it's in your book.
All right. So look, we got to get to our topic today, but I had to tell you about that because I'm just so cranked.
Wait, putting my glasses back on. You see
All right.
my
You got some cool glasses. These are
my Gunners.
These are Gunners.
So we're just taking a look at it. So these are the Gunner. Someone's going to ask, right? So it'll be the Carl Zeiss Vision. I'm checking them out, right? Look, check it out. This is my studious look. Hi. Welcome, everybody. I have no eye fatigue now.
So
Actually, they don't look cool.
That's what they do. They
Yeah, well,
fatigue.
they actually started in the gamer market. So
wait. That's giving you selective color. The lenses are yellow. You're not.
it's no. This started in the gamer market for people like Call of Duty. You're out there playing. You're playing Halo. You're doing all that kind of stuff. A lot of eye fatigue, but it's now crossing over into people that are using video monitors.
Brad says we're having live chat issues, and he'll talk to me about it on the break.
Okay, yeah. So
I
listen.
wasn't supposed to say that out loud.
All right, so if we're having chat issues, what you can do is this. Make sure that you go to Twitter. Go to Twitter, and on your Twitter account, just type in whatever question, whatever comment you have, # the grid live. That's it.
And we'll get it.
And then we just pick up all of the chat, all of the conversation that's happening there. As soon as we find out and get an update, I've been watching it over here. Nothing's come up as of yet, but when it does, Brad will tell us or somebody will tell us and we'll be good to go. So, but the topic for today?
Today's topic is why you're not using the HD video in your DSLR. And we've got a very unique thing to show you, I think, today in a different way. So would you do this? We're going to take a break because we've gone on too long on this intro. But here's the thing. If you would take this time right now on this break, because you've already seen the commercial, whatever we're showing, we've shown it before. so
maybe it's selective color.
Maybe it's selective color. How to do selective color.
Sorry. I'm sorry. It's just bad. Sorry.
Go tell your friends, anybody that you know, if they bought a DSLR and they thought they were going to do a bunch of video with it, because I think we all do. I think, hey, I'm going to
Absolutely.
do this. If they haven't used it, tell them they got to come watch. Tell them to come watch after this break. While we're on this commercial, we are giving you full permission not to watch the commercial.
Want to learn how to edit a video in
Go
5
to
minutes?
Twitter,
This is what
call
you do.
them on the phone. I know that's kind of old school. Call them on the phone and say, go watch the grid. That's going to change everything for you. We'll be right back live, me and RC, doing some selective color techniques when we return.
Looking for a better way to learn Lightroom? At KelbyOne, you'll be learning from people who literally wrote the book on Lightroom, including best-selling author Scott Kelby and Lightroom instructor Matt Kloskowski. Scott and Matt lead a team of some of the best-known names in the Lightroom education field, who've come together to create the most comprehensive Lightroom training anywhere. You'll have unlimited access to full-length online classes that cover everything you need to know about how to use Lightroom like a pro, from start to finish. But these in-depth online classes are just the beginning. As a member, you'll learn even more about Lightroom from our monthly print magazine, Photoshop User, which has an entire section dedicated just to Lightroom users. Also, you get access to our Lightroom Help Desk, where you get private, one-on-one answers to your Lightroom questions, including troubleshooting, concepts, you name it. For years now, the creative world has turned to us as the resource for learning Lightroom, and now you can too. Whether you're in Lightroom Pro or a brand new user, this is a training program that grows right along with you every step of the way and is exclusively here at KelbyOne.
Hey, Scott Selective Color, Kelby here with RC Not Selective Color.
Sorry.
I know. We had a discussion on the break of how stupid I am. Anyway,
No, it's not stupid. It's just one of those. You know what it is? I would have thought that if you did that in camera raw, that it would have updated the thumbnail and at least told you, because that's what the problem is.
Well, it was my own fault. So the thumbnail actually comes off Mac OS. It's not built by. I don't know if Mac OS can read into camera raw to what your last saved settings were.
Okay.
But I didn't think about that. Of course, I just see the thumbnail. Oh, there it is. I hit quick look to make sure it's the a final version, that I don't have some wasn't in mid retouch or something on it. And, Okay, hey, we are back. A couple things. I just found out that if you want to win 5 more signed copies of my book, you can go to our Facebook page for KelbyOne. So it's facebook.com/KelbyOneOnline.com. Go there. We're giving away 5 more copies. So all told today, we're giving away about 10 copies of of this book right here, my brand new Part 5.
Limited edition.
Limited edition, because it's not really out yet, but we have some. I have one, and usually this is followed tomorrow by like a little box of them. So we'll get them out as soon as we can to you, sure. Well, I bet we beat them actually hitting the bookstore. So
Nice.
But
Nice.
I could be wrong. All right. So what else? Oh, hey, I'm going to be teaching my Shoot Like a Pro tour in St. Louis on
August 26th.
August 26th. Thank you, RC. And then I'm in Kansas City on August 28th, 2 days later. So
Like a boss.
like a mouse. So come and see my Shoot Like a Pro tour. I would love it if you came out. Lots of people will be there, friends and neighbors, and hope you will be one of them.
Nice.
We'll be giving away a free ticket, too. We'll give away a free ticket to that at the end of the show as well. You know who else is on tour? Joe McNally. Big Joe. Where's Joe going? He's going to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and he's also going to someplace else. Where is he going to?
So make sure if you want to follow all this
There
stuff.
he is, Boston, Milwaukee, Cleveland.
Nice.
Where can they go and learn about these, RC?
Oh, they can go to KelbyOne.com and go to the live section for that and get to all of the live tours.
Yeah, they can
all
just
of
go
the
to
different seminars.
KelbyOne.com/live.
Yeah.
And take you there. All right. So our topic
Ooh,
today.
whoa. Before that,
Whoa.
Corey Barker's got a couple of dates up here.
Corey Barker.
August 1st, Miami Beach.
Bienvenido a Miami.
Austin, Texas, and New Orleans. So if you want to see this book live, that's where you want to go.
Yeah, Corey's insane.
All right.
All right.
I digress.
Okay, so our topic today, and by the way, we have a very special host coming up after this topic. We have a very special host. Tony Corbell is here today, and Tony is a wizard at lighting. He's here at KelbyOne doing classes on group photography. Had a lot of people asking for it. He is brilliant at it. In fact, today, as part of one of his groups, he really wanted to light and shoot a big group, and we have about 84 people work on our company, but I don't think everybody was there for the photo shoot. Because, well, there's some people who live out of state, they surely didn't fly in for it. But anyway, Tony did it. And I got to tell you, that man handles a group of 80 people. He was so, and it all happened so fast. I bet the whole shoot wasn't 7 minutes.
Yeah, it was good.
Something like that. It was great. Anyway, he'll be joining us a little later. We're going to talk about lighting. We're going to talk about some other stuff. So this is a packed show. I just want to warn you, we normally end at 5. It's probably going to be more like 5:15. Ish. So anyway, but okay, our topic today. So if you go buy a DSLR today, I don't care what it is. If you buy a DSLR, if you buy a cell phone, you cannot buy almost anything today that doesn't have built-in HD video in it. Almost everything that you buy has it. But, and you know what, it's just interesting that when camera companies do research on the things that people that make for their buying decisions, what are your buying decisions buying a camera? Somebody may say frames per second. Somebody may say ISO. One of the the top, not number one, but one of the top decisions is that it has digital video in it, which is sad because in reality, photographers are not using the video in these cameras. They're just not. You know who's using the digital video in DSLRs? Videographers. People that are serious about video, like we use it, like all of our crew. We shoot everything now on Canon DSLRs, everything that we do. So there is a lot of video. In fact, this show, which you're watching now, all of this is shot with DSLRs. Now, here's the thing. Video people, they love it. They totally get it. You know why? Because they're video people.
Right.
The problem is, what are we doing with it? So we produced some classes a couple of years ago on like Premiere Pro and stuff. And we have brand new classes on Premiere Pro. And what we found was that only video people were watching them, and zero photographers were watching it. And so what are people doing? You're capturing video, and people get a new camera, they go capture a bunch of video, because I don't care what camera you get. If you buy like even like a Canon T5i, or you buy a 5D Mark III stuff, I mean, you're getting like broadcast quality video. They go out and shoot, and everybody raves about them. I don't ever talk to anybody that says the video in these things today isn't amazing. What do they do with that video? It's sitting in a big folder on their hard drive. So that's what we're going to talk about. Why are you not editing it? Well, I can tell you, I don't want to just give you a reason. That's what this show is about. I don't want to tell you just why we're not doing anything. We also want to give you a solution. First is the reason is really simple. Photographers do not want to learn another program. Nope. We're already struggling with Photoshop. We're struggling with Lightroom, right? Lightroom and Photoshop have a ton of depth. Now you're going to go and learn like Final Cut Pro or Premiere Pro or one of these incredibly hard programs. And I have a story about that in a minute, but this is what the big problem, I'm going to tell you in one sentence, here's what the problem is. The problem is we're photographers trying to learn a video program. What we need is a photography program that lets us do video.
Absolutely.
Where it's already talking our language. It's very, very simple. We don't have to learn anything. All right. So I know that a lot of photographers I talk to, they say, yeah, I'm trying to learn Premiere Pro, and they're like really, really struggling with it. And because Premiere Pro, you think Photoshop's complicated? So RC, can you give them
this is on tour, this is what I do. I tell people, look, this is everybody's kind of Premiere Pro experience. I'll go ahead and
This is for photographers.
For photographers.
So we're only talking to, so if you're watching this and you're a videographer, you'll go, oh, I have no problem with, it's like me sitting down the piano and go, I have no problem playing piano. It's easy. Because I've been doing it.
Right. So anybody who's getting into that space that's doing this, on tour, this is what I tell people. This is everybody's Premiere experience. Okay. Got the Creative Cloud. I'm pretty good.
Yeah, I shot some video.
Got it. I'm going to get up all my LaFerrari style on this. I'm going to go over here, go to Premiere Pro CC. I'm going to click on that. I mean, PR, PS, right? Not that different.
Yeah, one letter.
One letter. That's
PR
easy.
for Premiere Pro.
I got it.
For Photoshop. How hard can it be?
I got this. It's, okay, right? I mean, sure. I guess
new.
I'm gonna make create new. That's easy. We can do create new. All right. Video rent.
Do you want
Mercury.
to use the time code display format? And what are you going to do for your audio samples?
I have no freaking
And your
idea.
capture format's going to be what?
It's
Dude, just hit OK.
all right. You can't go wrong with OK.
Yeah, we don't know what the answers are,
Right.
so we'll just click OK.
Oh crap! The project already exists. Confirm overwrite. This action cannot be undone.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
So what happens if you hit no?
It cancels you out. So you,
All right, so you have to
oh, wait,
overwrite whatever.
yeah.
Okay.
So all right, so let's hit yes.
Okay.
All right, we'll figure this out. We got it.
We got this.
I mean, it's Adobe, right?
Where's the... Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Command Q, quit. Premiere sucks.
Okay.
That's everybody's Premiere experience. It
Yeah,
just starts Premiere.
right.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, and that's for photographers. If you go there, you're kind of like freaked out, and I don't blame you. Okay. So here's the thing. So I realize this is happening, right? I realize this is happening. And so, and I'm sitting in front of all these people, like manufacturers, and saying, why isn't anybody using the digital video? We're giving them these amazing tools. We're putting it in their hands. It's in the camera they already have. And they're shooting video, but they're doing nothing with it. And you know what happens after you shoot a couple of videos and you do nothing with it? You stop shooting videos.
Yep.
Do you know how many people I've talked to in the last couple of days that said, or even wrote on Twitter or something, yeah, I shot a couple, I've never really done anything with it. I've always wanted to do it, but I never tried it, but ... So that's what we're going to try to lick today. Now, here's what I did. When I realized that this problem was really serious, I went out and I kid you not, I talked to everybody I could. I went to every plug-in manufacturer that you can think of. If their name pops in your head, I sat in front of them. Mm-hmm. I went and talked to companies that make slideshows. I talked to all these, and I said, you know what it is? We're photographers. We don't have time to learn something new. Can you create a program for us that we can learn in 5 minutes? I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. Don't make iMovie. iMovie is crazy complicated for a photographer. Not the original iMovie. iMovie used to be easy.
Used to be good.
But when they added all this stuff to it, now it's like baby Premiere Pro. So we need something that we can learn, and I'm not joking, in 5 minutes. All we really need is this. We want to be able to drag video and stills into a timeline. Just put them in a row. We need simple transitions. Don't give us 35 transitions. Don't give us 40 transitions. Just give us like a cut and a dissolve, maybe a fade in and fade out. We need to be able to add background music. That's pretty much what we need. We need to be able to trim the clips. There's a couple little things we need to do. But what a photographer needs to do is such a small little thing, just for what we need. Now, if we outgrow that one day,
You go to Premiere.
then you go to Premiere and you've got the learning curve, but you've gotten to this point where you're doing so many cool things that you're like, I've hit the wall and now I need to actually switch.
And that's the thing. You know why you would want to switch at that
Right.
point. Because you're going, oh, this was great, but I wish it did this. I wish this. And you would jump into Premiere
Right.
going, I need these specific solutions.
Right, but at that point.
Right.
So here is this is what's amazing about this. So I met all these companies. One company actually took me up on the challenge and they built it. At Photoshop World, at a private meeting, they called me into a room and said, hey, we've built this. And they demo it. And you know what it was? It was like iMovie. You know what they had? 35 dissolves, 35 different previews. They built a full-fledged video program. And I'm like, no, that's not what we need. If we were going to learn a video program,
You'd go learn a video.
we go learn a video program. We don't need that. We just need this. I was, and they didn't get why I was upset, and the engineers were disappointed, and I felt bad too because I'm like, you don't know how little we need. We just need to be able to tell a short story because you know what? It was funny. I was talking to my editor, Ted Waite from Peach Pit, and one day Ted said something that really struck a chord with me. He said, you know, the promise of this video to photographers was so big, but what do we actually do with it? Okay, I have video. What do I shoot with it? Of course, I shoot my family, but what else? What was the promise? Well, the promise of HD video was a bunch of different things. It was, number one, we could do wedding video, right? A short little wedding clip, right? If we could just do a 1 or 2, maybe 3-minute video clip, we'd be heroes. If we could just add that to what we're already doing. We're not going to put the videographer out of business, but if we could create a 3-minute, really professional looking video, that would be amazing. What if you were doing engagements? What if you're a photographer and you do an engagement shoot? So RC has a business model for the engagement thing I thought was brilliant. Can you?
Yeah, no. And what we're talking about is, so imagine if you're a photographer, and this can fit with a bunch of different scenarios. But imagine this: imagine you go out with a person and you grab a video, you grab your DSLR and you put the person a little bit further down. You're doing an engagement shoot a little far away. Let's say 70 millimeters, let's say 180 millimeters away from you, and you sit there and you go, all right, hey, listen, just kind of hang out, guys, just talk amongst yourselves. I got to just set something up over here. And while they're sitting in the corner and they're sitting in the distance, they're doing that kind of like, oh, you look beautiful today. You look wonderful today. Oh, this is great.
I love you. I can't wait
I
till
love
we're
you.
married. Is
Is this guy really good? Well, we got him on Craigslist. I don't know. I'm sure it's fine. And in the middle of all of that stuff, all you're doing in the background is recording video. You record a little clip of video and then you take the pictures. Then you go to another location and you record a video and you take the pictures. You record a video and you take a picture.
Yeah, a
you
little
take
short video.
3 of
tiny.
those things. Now, once you have all of that stuff set, go home, do the 5-minute method, and when it's done, put that on your YouTube account, your own. Tag it with everything, tag the people, tag the event, can't wait for your special day, this is awesome, put it on your YouTube account, and then go on Facebook and send them the link. They have no idea that this is what you're doing. Thank you so much for spending some time, I've got some pictures, but in the interim, here's something that's beautiful. Some video, some slideshow, right? It's called Fusion, I think, in the WPPI space. A little bit of music. They didn't expect it. And now immediately it's on their Facebook account and they're like, oh, share. And what are they sharing?
Your work.
My work, my URLs, my logos, my marketing information. You're not being disingenuous about it. You're giving them something above and beyond what you said you were going to do.
Right.
And on top of that, you're getting a return for yourself. And that translates not only to wedding, but you can do that for wedding and for birthdays and for anything else that you can. If you can shoot a picture of it, you can shoot a video of it.
And if you think about it, if you think, well, how could I possibly do that in just a really short amount of time? That would take me a long time. It will if you do Premiere Pro.
Yes.
But if you could do that in 5 or 10 minutes, give it to your customer. They're going to love it. Like you said, it's an add-on. They didn't ask for it. And now they're sharing it's a great business model. What else would you do with it? You could do web commercials. You could do YouTube commercials. Who do you know that wouldn't love to have a video for their business that you did for them and put on YouTube, right? Birthday parties. How about a day in the life? It's your kid's birthday and you follow them for an entire day and just do a little video, 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes, a day in the life. What if you go to the beach? Do a day at the beach. What if you're going on vacation? These are the kind of things that we would do.
That was the promise.
Can I show you one more? Behind the scenes. So I did a fashion shoot for my book on Thursday. Thank you, Brad. Brad goes, Thursday. Thursday I did a behind the scenes video of a fashion shoot that I did for the book. I'm going to play it for you if I might.
She has it.
Oh, she has it. Okay, great. They're going to play it for you. It's just like less than 2 minutes long, but this is it's a behind-the-scenes video, and I'll tell you a little bit about it.
So this could be something you could do with video as well.
Yeah, you could. This is another thing as far as travel, a day at the beach, blah blah blah. And then for you as a photographer trying to get other people to hire you to do a shoot, this is a behind-the-scenes. Take a look.
Big Love Music. Big Love Music. Big Love Music. I say Big Love Music.
Okay, we are back. I'll tell you a little bit more about the video. But before I get to telling you about the video, this is what I want to tell you. So the video was put together not using Premiere Pro, not using iMovie. I edited it myself. That video was done 100% in Photoshop.
The titles?
Every bit of it. Every single thing there that you just saw, I did by myself on this laptop using Photoshop. If you have Photoshop CS6 or higher, you already have these features, every bit of it built into Photoshop. And what we want to do for you today is we are going to show you exactly how that video was built, exactly, step by step. We have 7 steps. It takes exactly 5 minutes. So if you thought I couldn't learn video, we're going to prove to you after the break that you absolutely can. You already own the software. You already have Photoshop. If you don't, it's $9.95 a month, and you can learn how to edit video in literally, I'm not kidding, 7 steps, 5 minutes. We're going to put a countdown clock on the screen while we take you through exactly how I made that video. Now, before we do on the video, I want to tell you a couple of things that I know if the chat was working, you'd be asking. Number one, where did the music come from? Everybody that's heard that, they look. So I get all my music from a place called triplescoopmusic.com. Reason I go there is, number one, it's royalty-free stuff. You use them?
Yep.
Tony Corbell's on the side of the set. He's like, they are amazing. All right, so you know what it is about Triple Scoop? Their stuff doesn't sound like royalty-free music.
No.
It sounds like you went to iTunes and you bought a real song and you're using it illegally. I mean, their stuff is just
That's a
brilliant.
marketing campaign right there.
Well, I bet
it
what
sounds like you're
It's-
using it illegally.
Anyway,
that's
so
great.
It took me like 10 minutes to go, and I listened to all these. I found all these different tracks, but you know how you know when it's like, oh, that's the one, and that one was called Big Love Music. Big love music. Anyway, when I heard it, I was like, that's it. So anyway, so I got that from Triple Scoop. They're awesome. Number two was, I want to give a shout out to Lindsay Adler's Dream Shoot Rentals. So I rented the dresses from Lindsay Adler. So she started this company. She was our guest last week. She started this company called Dream Shoot Rentals. And so you can go online and rent this stuff like you would never find in Tampa Bay, I can tell you. Stuff that you find. Like that dress that we threw up, that was all her dress.
Really?
That was a 10-foot train on the dress. I can show you actually the finished images if you want to see real quick. Here we go. Let me just open this up. Give me 1 second to get to the right image here. All right, so here we go. Oh, yeah, I'll go to, connect. I got to connect here. I hate that connection stuff. Sorry. How'd I get disconnected?
Probably me. I have a habit of doing that.
All right, so here's one of the shots. That's when they're throwing up the silk. Now, I have 2 shoots in here and all, but anyway, that's from Lindsay's. That's her thing. That is one long dress. It's 10 feet long, but you can do amazing things with it, and we had a lot of fun with it. This is from a test shoot I did the night before. Once we set up everything, right, I did a test shoot with a wonderful model, Paulina Tan, and she was great. We brought in these different wigs, and she was just terrific. And this is all on the same set. This is her real hair, by the way.
Nice.
All right, and then this was the shot you saw in the video. And what I was trying to do was make it look like natural light. The idea was that she's in a home, right? And there's a big window right there. And so it's just one light. It's a big octa. And that background, everybody asked, where'd the background come from? And so I did a Facebook little post. If you go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/skelby, I gave links to the 3 backgrounds we used. But they're all that was $67 for that background, that one. And let's see if there's any other shots. This is another one of the shots from the video. And then, do we have any more? Okay, we're back to that. Anyway, so those are some of the background shots. But you know what? I tell you what made this shoot so great for me. Calibra, my wife Calibra, did all of the styling and all of the art direction. So we did have a hairstylist and a makeup artist, but Calibra basically said, here's what you're going to do. And so we get to the set and we have this dress, and I swear to you, I don't know what we're going to do with the dress. Calibra picked it. She picked all the makeup. She did all stuff. I don't know what she's doing. And she's like, have 4 people grab the things. You're going to throw it up, and then we're going to put a fan under it. I'm like,
Cool.
where do you get this? Where does that come from? So anyway, because she was there directing everything, all I had to do was shoot. It was Brad will tell you, it was like the most stress-free shoot I've had, because she worked with the hairstylist, she worked with the makeup, she chose the dresses, she chose the makeup, she did everything. All I had to do was basically shoot. Well, all you have to worry about is the lighting, because Brad and I, we have to worry about everything normally. But anyway, she came to both shoots and was just one. Oh, here's Lindsay.
Yep.
Can we go
So
to
yeah,
RC's?
I wanted to show a couple of different things here, and now we're going to go to a break in a second.
Yeah.
But I wanted to show you a couple of things here. DreamShootRentals.com. This is the place where we went, or this is the place that Scott went. Triple Scoop Music. This is the place that you go to get that music. The last thing, right before we go to the break, I want you to tweet. Do this for me. I want you to tweet the following thing. I want to learn how to edit video in 5 minutes in Photoshop on the Grid Live.
Yeah, can you zoom in so they can see that? Just like zoom in on your screen?
No, it's not
Oh,
coming.
it doesn't zoom on. It zooms your screen, but it doesn't zoom the feed.
It's not zooming in
All right,
here.
so
But that's
read
it.
that again.
I want to learn how to edit video in Photoshop in 5 minutes. Here, I'll show you.
If you would go and tweet that
Yeah, just
and say, right now, I want to learn right now.
that's it. Just tweet that.
Hey, while we're doing that, I'm going to read some comments. Roger Manning asks, is Premiere Elements 12 too complicated for photographers? Oh, yes. It was designed to be a mini version of Premiere, but Roger, you already have Photoshop. Do you want to learn something else? Because you haven't seen what the kicker to all this is. It's step 7. When we get to step 7, that's where your mind goes, because the fact that there's video editing in Photoshop surprises a lot of people. But step 7 is when you go, oh, I had no idea. So Throttle Meister asks, how do you pick the right music? What I did was I listened to a bunch of them while the video was playing. I would let the video play and I would kind of watch it and go, oh yeah, that's it. I only had a few clips. And I would go, you got to watch you have to watch the video clips
Right.
and listen to different ones. I would just play preview, and then big.
And then you're like, oh. All right, so
Yep.
here it is. I got it. I want to learn how to edit video in 5 minutes in Photoshop on the Grid Live. That's it.
Will that fit in 140 characters?
Oh, absolutely will. I checked it.
Oh, did you?
I tested that.
All right, there it is. If you will send that out, we're going to take a short break, and I hope it's not like just a 30-second break because
We want people to do that.
we want you to go and do that because I tell you what, we got a 5-minute tutorial, and you're going to watch it, you're going to go, number 1, I had no idea. Number 2, I'm making videos tonight. You're going to be able to take those clips that are on your drive and immediately go and use them. And step 7,
Cool.
and then it'll suck right back in.
I'm excited.
RC, it's me. We're live on the grid. Tony Corbell is going to join us in just a few minutes, so stick around for that. And we're live on the grid. Peace.
Need a little boost? Then fill up on fuel. Packed with practical tools and tips that will help you quickly advance your creative skills, these short ebooks get right to the heart of what you need to learn. Learn to shoot breathtaking nature photography, teach yourself game design, or impress your friends with the rockin' design of your new website. Written by top authors and trainers, Fuel Books offers friendly, straightforward instruction and innovative ideas to power your creativity. Starting at just $5, every Fuel book comes in 3 formats: Mobi, EPUB, and an elegantly laid out PDF, so you can choose the reading experience that works best for you on whatever device you choose. Fuel Books, designed to inspire you.
Big love music. Hey, we're back. that was our video interlude. Hey, we're gonna show this tutorial. I'm still giving. Hey, first off, thanks to everybody that just tweeted. So we saw a ton of
that
tweets
was
come
pretty
in.
good.
Thank you guys for doing that. We really appreciate your supporting the show in the way that you do, and also our sponsors. But it's great when you guys help share the word.
Absolutely.
I got to tell you a true story. So I showed this to some friends last week, and it's kind of what made me really want to do this episode. Because I'm showing it to a room full of people. I'm going to say there was 11 people in there. And out of the 11 have Photoshop. Not a single one of them had any idea that Photoshop edited video. But I want to read you. Can I actually read you the message I got from one of the guys? Because he was like, I got to write this down. Now, where is it? And I said, it's under the window menu. If you go into the window menu in Photoshop, you just go to timeline. It's right there past like styles and swatches and tool presets. There's just timeline. It's just on screen. So I want to read you. The next day, I got this, and I just want to read it real quick. So got to find his. All right, because he wrote me this, and I was like, this is what it's all about. This is what made me really want to do it. He wrote, hold on. RC, say something while I find it. It's right here.
He wrote something very substantial. No, Monica Javier says, I feel like video requires a lot more planning on my part to ensure success. If I know what I'm trying to create, a final video, then I'll plan and get the shots I need to build my video. I just can't go out on the street or a scenic location with a video camera and wing it like I sometimes do with a still camera. Monica, you're absolutely right. There are a couple of different things that you do need to keep in mind when you're producing video. One of the first things that you need to do is pre-plan a lot of that stuff. The second thing that you need to do is have a good idea of what it is that you want to do from a video capture standpoint, like what the frame rate is. So before you do that, I want to get this quickly here.
This is big what RC's about to tell you.
Guys, if you're a KelbyOne subscriber, what you want to do is you want to just go in and go take a look at, I'm trying to find it right here, DSLR Filmmaking Video Basics with Mia McCormick. She killed this. This was 24 minutes. She taught you how to do capturing of a video camera, not professional, you're not doing Hollywood stuff. She's getting you up to speed in 24 minutes. So if you're not a subscriber,
people love this class.
Absolutely. So make sure that you're going over to KelbyOne. You took over on this side?
Yeah.
Make sure you go to KelbyOne. Take a look at Mia McCormick's class, DSLR Filming Video Basics.
Okay, for everybody that's not a KelbyOne subscriber, if you go to the homepage right now, go to KelbyOne.com, scroll all the way down to the bottom, I think. Just go to our main page, scroll all the way to the bottom. You'll see, join for an annual subscription, for monthly. That's not it.
Right here.
No. Just go to the homepage.
Oh, sorry.
Homepage. And scroll all the way to the bottom. All the way. Keep going. On the far right side, we put it there. Get a free 24-hour trial. You can sign up for the trial. It's free. Go watch Mia's class. It's 24 minutes, and that will get you up and running on the shooting video side. All right, I want to read you the comment, friend. So this is from my friend Dan. He said he spoke to one of his buddies, and he said, I told him about my success with your timeline technique in Photoshop. And he says, after years of struggling to learn Final Cut, I really didn't want Photoshop to work. But for straightforward stuff, it sure works. He saw a little bit of the demo that I'm about to show you. So it's okay. So Tess asked, can I do a 1 hour program or just short clips? I can tell you it works better for 5, 7, 9 minutes. What people have heard do is they do a bunch of little clips and then put it together into one long one. So that would be fine. P. Wormsley says it just might be time to upgrade from CS5 to CS6.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. 7 steps. We're going to start a 5-minute timer. We're going to put the timer on the screen, and we're going to count down. And then when RC says go, I want to take you through it. And I'm not going to try to do this as fast as I can. I'm not going to go. I'm just going to say it all real quickly because I already talk fast enough as it is.
Right.
So, but it's 7 steps. I'm going to make sure I have the 7 steps written here so I don't make a mistake. I'm going to put this piece of paper up here so I can see it. All right, so I will tell you this, just to find it, if you can see my screen, the first thing you want to do, of course, is just bring up it's not the first step, but the timeline window is where the editing goes. Oh, look, hey, they got a clock. It looks like a video editor clock. It makes you feel like you're in Premiere Pro. All right, so it's there. It's and it's right there, the timeline.
How about I call them out and you do them?
All right, you call out the steps and I will
And go. Start the timer. Step 1, put your video clips all into one folder. That's already been done. We got that. Now,
we got
all
a
you're going to do
here.
there is you're going to import those. So step 1's already done. Just organize all of your stuff, get it into one spot.
Yeah, put a bunch of videos in a folder like they're probably already in a folder.
Okay, step 2.
Wait, hit open. We got to open them first. You're going to, I hit open.
No.
Wait, you're not supposed to open it.
Don't worry about it. We got plenty of time. All right. Step 2, import your images as layers and put them on the timeline. The easiest way for you to do that is to load the file as a stack. Inside of the Photoshop menu, it's buried, but go under File, go to Scripts, and under Scripts, you're going to see down there called Load File into Stack. It sounds like it's a very super thing. Go ahead and do it.
Is it easy?
Yeah. Load files into stacks. You're going to select all of the files. At that point, all that's doing is it's saying take a series of files that you have there and just load them as layers on top of one another.
Yeah,
that's
just
all
goes
it
into the
does.
layers palette. That's all it does. It doesn't have to do any. By the way, that's a feature in Photoshop that has nothing to do with video.
Yeah, that's
All
it. Done. Okay, so now once all of those things are done, go ahead and make your timeline a little bit bigger so you can see some stuff there.
All right, yeah, you can see.
They're all one on top of one another, as layers would be in Photoshop.
Right, you don't want to do that. Here's what you want to do. We're going to select all of those layers in the layers palette. And all you do is one command. Go over here and click and just say, make a new video group from these clips.
Yep, that's it.
And boom, you have a movie.
There you
That's
go.
it. It's all in a line. All the clips are in a row. Now, if you want to rearrange these clips, all right, all you do is click on a clip and say, no, this one was supposed to be first, then the hair. So it's drag and drop. That's all you have to do to get them in the order you want.
Boom. Step 3. Moving on. Trim your clips.
Step 3, to trim a clip, all you do is go to the front or the back, and your little icon shows up, and it shows you a preview, and you can go, all right, I want to start right. Oh, that's kind of nasty. I'll start right here. And then to trim the end away, you just click on the end, and it brings up the end, and it says, where do you want to stop? Well, I want to stop before it gets all blurry. So you can just go through and edit your clips. Watch how quickly you can edit these.
Now, while you're doing that real quick, I'd like to
shows
be
you
able
a
to point
preview.
out that our video team stopped manning the cameras and are looking at the Photoshop thing, and they're like, they're looking and going, get out.
Yeah, so
this is cool.
I'm
And
editing the
now
clips.
we're about the halfway point right now, Scott.
Okay.
So let's move over quickly to step number 4, which is add transitions and fade in and out.
Okay,
How
so-
hard is it to add a transition?
Oh, transition? Luckily, there's only 5.
There you go.
And look, so fade, and you want to fade with black. So we'll start the movie by fading with black. All you do is click on the one you want, watch, drag and drop it. Now it fades. Watch, I'll show you a preview. Now your movie fades in from black. But when you get to the second clip here in a second, it's probably going to look bad. I probably didn't pick a good ending point since it's out of focus. Oh, nicely. Sorry, bad ending clip. But watch, boom, it just goes to the next clip. To add a dissolve, just go crossfade, watch,
Oh,
drag
159.
and drop. Watch, I can do all the clips, drag and drop. Drag and drop.
Oh, no.
And at the end, fade with black.
Oh, no. Are we going to make this? I
Right.
think we're going to make it.
Okay, we're gonna make it.
Step 5, add background music. What do you say,
Add background music.
Oh, wait.
Just click on the audio icon.
Oh, snap. Look at that.
Find a song. I'm going to use the same song I used.
Okay.
Open. Now when you play your video, just hit play. Let me rewind all the way to the beginning. Hit play.
And now
Oh, I
you
got to
have...
turn up my volume. Here we go.
So now... Okay. So there it is. Now, wait. Let's move over. We got to go quickly. Let's go to step 6. Add text and titles. Scott, what if I want a piece of text?
Yeah, just get the type tool and put in, whatever you want. Behind the scenes, shoot. Now
Oh, no. Wait a minute. Wait.
it just added it as a clip.
In the middle of it. Oh,
Right. How do you get it to be over the video?
just grab it, drag it on top of
in
the
the
entire
layers
video.
palette, drag it to the top like you would anything else. And now look, the word behind, and look, how do you resize it?
Or just the
Free-
same way
free
you resize
transform.
anything else in Photoshop.
Yeah. You used all the type tools just like you always would.
Move it to the beginning.
Yeah, let me just move it over here. You can put it anywhere you want.
Scott,
but it's going to be abrupt, right?
Scott, we got a problem.
What's
I would
wrong?
like for that thing to be black and white. Can we do that?
You want the clip to be black and
Yes,
white?
please.
Well, sure.
That one right there.
Click on it and just go black and white, just like you would with a
snap.
still.
What about the next clip?
Wait. It does the whole clip, RC. It doesn't just do that frame.
Oh, nice.
But you're jumping ahead to step 7.
That is step 7. Treat the clips.
Right, so here's what makes this so amazing. Can we pause the timer? Can you pause the timer? We only have 21 seconds, and I'm not doing anything else in the program.
I don't think they can pause the time.
Crap, they can't pause the timer. All right, well, it doesn't matter. Step 7 is, once you've got the things in order, right? Now it's just Photoshop. This is what's amazing. You already know how to do every single thing that you want to do. Let's say that I wanted this to be sharper. I'm just going to apply the unsharp mask filter. What if I want to make it black and white? I'll choose black and white. What if it's too dark or too light? I'll use levels. I'll use curves. I'll add an unsharp mask. I already said that. I'll add a Gaussian blur. All the things that you already know how to do in Photoshop, just like you saw me resize the type. I can resize the video clip. I can rotate the video clip. I can add stills. If you think that once you put them all in the timeline, that I can treat all of these now, I can treat video clips like they're stills, you just realize, oh my God, I know how to edit video. Think about this. If you open Premiere Pro right now and I told you, rotate it a little bit and resize the video, it would take you an hour to figure out how to do that.
If you
Premiere
were in a
Pro.
video editor.
You already know how to do it in Photoshop. If I want to take the video clip that we're on right here, I'm going to zoom out a little, and just I want to rotate it and resize it. It's what you do in Photoshop with a still, but it applies it to the entire video. If I want to go and add a filter, if I want to go and add an unsharp mask, watch, I'm about to sharpen a video clip using the same stuff that we always do day in and day out. This is what's so amazing. You do not have to learn a new program to edit video. You can start the timer again. You do not have to, because I'm not teaching it anymore. We actually ended 14 seconds early. Yeah. Because I'm just talking.
Oh, you want to export?
Oh yeah. When you're done, just go choose export right here. Render video.
Which option do you want to use? Oh, they already have that all set up for you. Click on the preset.
Yeah, you can do QuickTime. You can do H.264. I've been doing H.264, so it compresses it.
The preset.
Oh, it has. Down here.
You don't even have to think about it.
Yeah, you want to go to HD, you want to go to your Android phone.
Vimeos, YouTube.
They have presets already ready to go. You hit render, and it's done. There is nobody watching this show that just goes, oh, I couldn't do that. Yeah, there's no way. So that's the thing, is now what you can do is take all those clips, use the little trick we showed you, step one, is load them in using that stacking thing. Just drag and drop them into the order that you want, right? Trim your clips. Do a better job of trimming than I did with that first clip where it went all blurry and stuff, right? But this is the thing. So in my book, the Photoshop CC book for digital photographers, the biggest chapter in the book is on this because I thought it was the most amazing new thing. And you know what's interesting about this? Nobody knows about it.
Yep.
Adobe doesn't talk about it. Nobody talks about it. And I don't know why, because this is what photographers have been dreaming for. So I'm going to ask RC 10 questions. May I?
Sure.
All right. RC, question number 1. Can I do like multiple videos? Like, could I run 4 videos at a time, all playing at the same time, or one on top of another?
Absolutely. It treats it just like layers. So if you can transform a layer and you can put 2 layers next to one another, why wouldn't you do that?
All right.
Easy.
Number 2. Can you make a clip slow motion in Photoshop?
Yes, very easy actually.
In 2 seconds, you can make it. Can you split a clip? So let's say, RC, I had one clip. Let's say that I wanted this clip to start in black and white, and then I wanted to slowly go to full color.
Cake.
Can you do that?
Easy. Done.
Absolutely cake. Number 4, can you do rolling credits? That's got to be tough.
No.
Rolling credits? How long does it take you?
It's one text layer.
One text layer?
One text layer, you go, this is where I want you to start, this is where I want you to stop, you're done.
All right. Can you apply, we already said that. Can you apply effects to an entire clip?
One effect to the entire clip. No, that's true. If you wanted to take that black and white, that's cool. Check this out. Do it right here on your, I know it's teaching, but this is, you see how you have that one effect and it's only affecting that one layer?
It's only on this one layer, because watch, if you go to another layer, it's in full color.
Right. Just take that one layer style and it's the same concept. Put it all the way on top.
Go all the way to the top and then just drag it out. And now your entire video just became black and white.
That's it. Done.
Look at that. All right, number 6, can you fade music in and out? Can you pick the point where it fades out and ducks or comes back?
Yeah, inside of that, there's a triangle. You click on it, and you can just mute it or fade it in and out.
So I can use levels, I can use curves, I can use unsharp mask. Can I apply camera raw to a video clip?
Most certainly can. You just turn it into a smart object, then apply camera raw as a filter.
So I can apply camera raw to a clip?
Yep.
All right, what about adding stills? These were all video clips. And also, big shout out to Juan here. Was Juan in here? Juan's on it. Juan shot the video. Juan and some of his guys shot the video for me because I'm shooting, so I wasn't shooting the video. But you know, anyway, they did a wonderful job. They gave me great footage, which is nice. If you have great footage, it makes your video better. But you can add stills. I didn't add any stills, but if I add a still, is it just going to be like I'm going from this moving video and then a stopped still? It has
you can add stills.
Motion?
You can add rotate, zoom, pan and zoom.
Ken Burns effect.
Yep. All of that stuff can be added to it.
Can you make a photo slideshow using this?
Absolutely. You grab a series of images, put them in as smart objects. You can do it in less than 5 minutes.
All right. What about the audio that's in a clip? You have a clip and it's got audio in it, like the camera's recorded audio. Can I change the volume of that audio?
Absolutely.
Can I mute the volume?
Absolutely.
I can take it out altogether if I don't want to hear that audio.
Yep. All of that stuff can be done.
Guys, you already own this program. You already have it. All you got to do is, so go watch first Mia's thing. Oh, are you going to show the slow motion?
No, yeah, I can do that. Watch this. So here, while we're at it, we may as well, right?
Again, this is in Photoshop.
So this is in Photoshop. This is a sample video clip that we have right here.
Okay, Brad just asked a mean question.
So inside of here.
Can you do selective color, though? Yes.
So now, so this is our video clip, right? So it's running. You want to mute it, you just come over here. There's an audio section. There's volume, fade in, fade out, mute.
Can you show how good slow motion is?
Yeah, so you just go to here, go to layer, video layers. I shot this for 60 frames a second. You just go to video layers, interpret footage inside of here.
Type in a new number.
Type in 30.
And watch.
Done. So now, you go inside.
Can you make the video a little bigger?
Yeah, I can. My machine's going to sputter a little bit, but here. That's it.
Wow, that's slow-mo. That's like Olympic slow-mo.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't, she's talking. I probably wouldn't do that for that, but
Yeah.
you can shoot fast-moving stuff.
Yeah.
Slow it down that way. Forget
Shelley
it. Easy.
asks the question, does it take longer to render out of Photoshop than it does out of Premiere Pro?
Not necessarily, no.
No, the video, I would say, to render the video that I showed you there, probably took 3.5 minutes, maybe 4 minutes.
And the beauty of that
Something
is that
like
it's
that.
using the exact same thing that you would use to render. It uses the Adobe Media Encoder with built-in Mercury engine, which is the same thing that you would use in After Effects and Premiere.
Yeah.
So easy.
Okay, so Jill Martin says, I wonder if I can switch between two camera views in Photoshop. If you have two camera views, absolutely. You can switch back and forth. You can cut and have the second camera come in. Absolutely. Anyway, hey, I'm loving some of your comments. Peter C, oh my God, this is amazingly easy. Lisa Speakman, mind officially blown. PS Video is awesome. It is. I cannot understand why Adobe isn't standing in every photography place they can get to, every blog, everything, and going, guys, look what we put in here. Now, here's the catch to all of this. You ready? Use it now, because once Adobe does realize people love it, they'll go add a bunch of features to it, and then they'll screw it up. Right? Right now, it's perfect. It does just what photographers need. If they add anything else to it, you know what it'll become? iMovie, and then it's more than we want to learn. That's what I love about it. Tim Casey asks, regard to behind the scenes or any video, what is the ethics when using background music? The ethics are very simple. It's not ethics, it's the law. Use royalty-free music.
Yep.
Now, on YouTube, I know that people will stick some kind of background music on there, and then
They try to play, they're gambling. They're
they'll
on
either
publisher.
pull your video or they'll intentionally put an ad for that
Or a link
song
for
or
the
a
song.
link. They'll do all kinds of things.
But you're getting dinged on it.
You're getting dinged.
So you have to be very careful about how you do
You know
that.
what? Just go to Triple Scoop. And they're not the only people that sell it. They're just the best. All right. So anyway, we're going to take a short break. But guys, I hope, and this is why we're so excited about today's show. I think we put more just links and stuff out there to get people to watch, because you know what? I get this. I get why we want video, because the quality of video we do with SLRs is amazing, and it breaks my heart that people aren't doing anything with it. Because since we know it's one of the major reasons people buy DSLRs, it's one of the buying decisions, it breaks our heart that you spent all that money and then didn't do it. Now, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we are very, very lucky to have the most incredibly patient guest we've ever had, Tony Corbell, who's been sitting here watching all this, but we're going to have him on. We're going to talk a little bit about video, but we want to talk about lighting, and I know you guys want to talk about lighting because we love lighting. And we will be back in just a minute. Don't go away. We're live right here on The Grid.
MPix Pro, the full-service online photography lab, helping you grow your business with pro-quality photo products and stellar services. Get started at mpixpro.com.
We all know the difference a great teacher makes. They inspire you, challenge you, and push you to do the things you never thought you could. For creatives, that means you've got to know your tools inside and out, whether it's Photoshop or photography, lighting or Lightroom, InDesign or After Effects. And while there are free videos out there, you have to watch 30 bad ones just to find a decent one. And a lot of times, the techniques are either outdated, complicated, or just plain wrong. What we need is a better way to learn. One that connects amazing teachers with creative people all over the world, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. A thriving educational community with nothing but the most talented, engaging, and respected teachers in the industry. Then we simplify the whole learning process with short, clear, concise classes. That's exactly what we've created for you right here at KelbyOne.
Hey everybody, Tony Corbell. For me, it's always been about light control. It's light quality, light quantity, light direction. Think about the light tools that we have to work with. sunlight, ambient light, portable flash, studio lights. There's not one tool that is sort of everything to all pictures. You really do have to have a variety of light shaping tools. And in this case, we're going to look at several of them. If we can take those 4 tools of light and understand all the controls that we have, what we can do with our photography is unlimited. We can do anything that we want once we understand the foundation of our craft. I hope you'll tune in. We've got a lot more things in store for you here.
Hey everybody, Scott Kelby here with RC, and we are joined by a very cool guy. And you just got to watch one of his videos, and his videos have been incredibly popular on KelbyOne. We are happy to have Tony Corbell here with us.
And I am very happy to be here.
Of course, what do we call him around the office? Tony! Hey, Tony!
Kim, it's Tony.
Hey, it's Tony! How you doing, Tony?
I'm great.
So, hey, when we were just done, Tony just saw that demo for the first time. What did you say after you...
Oh my gosh, I'm dying. I'm just dying.
Right?
I'm shooting a lot of video right now, little quick tutorials and some quick behind-the-scenes Q&A things that I've been doing lately. And the editing is the thing that is the biggest struggle for me because I never did learn the other editing programs. So this is it. The decision is final as of today, 10 minutes ago.
I'm so glad because I mean that's why I wanted to do this, because I thought, you know, once people saw really how easy it was and we wanted to break it down, and it'll do way more than I showed. It'll do way more than what I showed in that video. I mean, there is a little bit of depth to it, but I like that Adobe kind of hid it, because then a way I can sell a book on it. So, because that chapter in my book, it's 73 pages. I go into all kinds of stuff, but can I tell you something now? I have 73 pages in my book. RC showed me some stuff I didn't know that'll be in the next version of the book, which I'm working on now.
The beauty of this is they didn't overinflate it.
No.
5 choices. I mean, that's what we need. We need to be able to produce a show, not have to learn something new.
And Tony, you know, if you watch television, you watch a movie, what are the transitions they use in real TV and movie?
What you just showed.
Cut.
That's
just
it.
all fade in,
And
fade out, and fade to black.
Done.
I mean, that's it. That's what they really use in real production.
Anything more than that is very amateurish.
When you start seeing the swirly stuff and the houses and the Pac-Man that eats the next frame, you're like, oh. But that's it. I'm so loving what I mean, I never thought that, and I don't mean this badly about Adobe, because you guys know I love Adobe, but I never thought it would be Adobe would be the company that would crack the photography case. I thought that, and you know what, someone wrote, T-Juice wrote, Adobe doesn't want people to know you can edit video in Photoshop because they want you to buy Premiere too. I don't agree with that, T-Juice. Here's why. I think Adobe is dying for you to edit video in Photoshop, because RC has a saying that he uses about video in Photoshop. What is it?
It's the gateway drug. It literally is. It's photographers and designers want to be able to take the skill set. One of the things that I think that people miss when we're working with learning software is a lot of the times you learn with purpose. You learn with, I want to be able to do this, therefore that's why I'm learning.
It's applicational learning.
It's applicational learning, right?
Sure.
So what happens with most of that stuff is when you learn Premiere, photographers are going, well, somebody told me that I needed to, but there's so many other things that you don't know. They're important later, they're just not important right now. Right. So why not use a tool like Photoshop that kind of just wets the whistle and just makes you go, this is what you can put together. If all of a sudden you realize that you need multi-camera support and you need, you know, syncing of audio,
then you need Premiere Pro.
Then you'll realize it, and you'll be like,
if nothing else, it's going to get you thinking video more often.
Right. I think it'll make more people use Premiere.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it will. I think it'll turn people onto video. Right? It'll turn people onto video that never thought they could edit video.
It'll deliver on the dream.
Because can I tell you something? I love to edit video. I enjoy it. I had so much fun putting that together. And one of the reasons why was because I was at home in Photoshop. It's like when Calibre art directed my shoot, all I had to worry about was that.
Right.
All I had to worry about was that little timeline. I didn't have to learn a program. I had to learn one panel. So having that and that peace of mind, I could just really play and experiment and have fun. And so anyway, but Tony,
it's terrific.
I'm everybody we show to, they're like, that's in Photoshop? How? I had no idea. So anyway, but we're glad. Thank you for being so patient. We went a long time on there.
Well, yes, you did.
You are the most gracious guest. No, dude.
But I'm sitting there taking notes, so I'm glad that you went through this.
Well, thanks. Hey, can we talk for just a second? Because I mentioned earlier that you were here doing a class on group photography.
Yeah, this
Can
was
I
great.
tell you how many people have asked for a class on group? We have a lot of photography on one person, some photography on 2 people, and it ends right there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's been several days now that we've been here shooting, and we started with a family, a great couple that have 5 kids.
Wait, say the rest
Let
of the
me
sentence.
Let me restate that. 5 kids, all under 6.
All under 6 years old.
You want to see a challenge? Watch this show. So we've got 7 people, and 2 or 3 don't move so well. They're very, very small. But we go from that to photographing some firemen and rescue folks at the Oldsmar Fire Department. We photographed a great group of kids at a dance academy. And then the biggest challenge of all, when we build up and get larger and larger and larger groups, and the challenges become more and more and more, from personalities to dealing with people to getting people to get there on time to now you got to pose, now you got to light, now you got to arrange, and it all becomes more and more and more difficult. Well, the biggest one was at the end of the day today, which was we did one very large shot with a whole lot of folks.
Right. And that was the thing that I thought that was really cool when we were looking at that stuff. And Scott, you touched on it, was the level of detail that you were looking at. You got to a point, and I think that's photographers don't necessarily understand it. You saw for all of these different problems, and then you have the people problem. And you're standing in this one center. I'm not going to give away too much about it, but you're like, that right there needs to be changed. That right there needs to be changed. And I'm like, how is he watching all of these different things, and why do they matter? And then you see the final picture, and you're like,
oh.
Oh.
Well, you know what else too I thought was brilliant, because I mean you're known for your lighting. I mean your lighting is your thing, and you've everybody knows that's why we wanted to that's why we wanted to teach for us, because he's known for his lighting. I mean the guy's brilliant at it. And so when I came into the set for the big group shot that we did, there was a lot of lighting. But you have 4 lights, right?
I had 4 main lights in the front,
lights?
and then there was one in the back that you didn't see.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that's a little accent.
But so I was just impressed when I walked in. But beyond your lighting, I think what people are going to love about your class is the way you direct a large crowd. Dude, that was seriously, I bet it wasn't 7 minutes of actual time from the time I sat down.
We timed it.
What was it?
11.
Was it 11 minutes?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm slipping. But we got it with the first frame, so the rest of it I was just putting on a show.
Yeah, it went by. It was funny because he took the first frame and said, "We got it," and everybody was like, "Really?" And he said, "Well, let me just take a couple of other ones front." But you got to realize he's got a big group of people. And when you get a big group, people are looking around, they're talking to each other, they're on their phones and all. But the way he commanded everybody, but you were never mean, you were never harsh. Everybody was just listening. I don't know how. It's just maybe it's the authority. Maybe it's the fact that you were on a 15-foot ladder. I don't know what it was, Tony.
They were waiting for me to fall,
was like,
mostly, yeah.
And it just came together like this. And he would go, this person can move over a little bit and do this? All right. And he would say such funny things and get such great reactions out of everybody. Mm-hmm. Dude, that was, to me, although I'm gonna learn all I can about your lighting, and I always will, I still love the way you handled that crowd.
Thanks.
I thought that's a gift.
I think that is part of it. I mean, it's part of our it's part of our toolbox. I mean, we've got our photographic skills, but if you don't have the people skills, then photograph widgets in a small room.
Yeah.
Don't photograph people if you can't deal with people.
Man, you deal with people like a boss.
You have to do it.
Especially with that bigger group, because I was even wondering. They said, "Hey, we're all going to get together," and although all of our employees weren't here, and they all don't work out of here. You had 60-something probably people there today.
Yeah, almost 70, right at
almost 70.
Yeah.
Okay, about 70 people, and so it was just all so. It was
great.
Organized.
It was great. It was terrific. And everybody showed up on time, and that really helps. And so start to finish, we were.
Yeah, there was one guy who showed up 4 minutes late.
Who did apologize for being 4 minutes late?
Maybe he was busy using selective color.
Perhaps he was busy.
Crying. I was sitting in the parking lot crying because I knew at some point I was supposed to tell people about my selective. Tony was over there cringing when I was telling this story.
No, I wasn't. What I was over there saying was that with the new video editing capability of Photoshop, I'm going to create selective color videos. And I'm going to send them to you because I think it's something that you should use.
I'm afraid this is going to stick with me for a long time.
Long time.
You know what the last thing,
long
Tony,
time. This is going to be with you a while.
You know what stuck with me for years and I couldn't shake it? I was teaching at Photoshop World. I was doing a class. I think it was called Down and Dirty Tricks, right? And I put up my tablet and I start working and I talk to the class and I go, let's do the first technique. And I go, oh my God, my cursor's going backwards. What is this? And I don't know what it is. And I restart my computer and my cursor's still going backwards. I think, I'm not going to be able to do this class. And it was at that moment I realized I set up my tablet upside down.
Yeah.
I had it set for a left-handed person. And the class, I mean, I was hearing about it for years. I would still see little comments, hey, Mr. Kelby, which side's your tablet on today? Very funny. So I imagine the selective color thing is going to follow me.
It'll be with you for a while. Well, we're going to help that effort. So.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you, Tony. All right, so Tony, what kind of lights are you using today? All I could see was the back side of the lights.
Yeah, they were very large umbrellas. I'm using the Bowens monolights, the Geminis.
All right, so Bowens?
Bowens.
All right.
Bowens.
How long have you been using them?
About a year.
About a year?
Yeah, I switched into them about a year ago.
Oh, they make good lights. Bowens
They
has
make great
good
lights. They're terrific lights. The output is terrific. Great selection of accessory stuff, light shaping stuff, and they're priced right. I mean, you can afford to buy them, and that's huge for my audiences and my students and things like that. It's really, really important. But the quality of the light was terrific. We had 4 monolight setup, 2 500s and 2 1000s, and I had the 1000s on the outside. And I had those popped up a little bit hotter, trying to reach the second row. So that was kind of the setup. So that's one of the tricks that I use. I want less light output on the front row or two, and more on the second row or two because of the fall off. So that's why when we open the file, I'm looking at the first front picture of the front row, and the exposure is exactly the same on the person in the back row. So it's just little subtle things like that.
This guy. You go over all that in your class?
Yeah, a little bit of that in my class.
All right.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Okay. Well, I don't want to like torpedo your class before it comes out by asking you everything in the class. So I'll ask you a different question. This is a trick question.
Bring it on.
You're on a desert island. You've got your Bowens with you and a generator.
Yeah.
What's your one modifier? I got to choose one modifier to shoot on this island. And it's not just you on the island. There's other people. Mostly professional models.
Yeah.
Males.
It's the Swedish bikini team and you on a desert island.
I hate Swedes.
Do you remember the Swedish bikini team?
Yeah, I do.
Do you remember? Is that before your time?
Just big hulking guys, blonde hair?
No. If you go to YouTube, it's probably there. It was a commercial for, I don't know, some beer. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember
this.
the Swedish
This is
bikini team.
long time ago. It's very old. I figured you would know, Tony. RC is like 12.
Yeah, he is 12.
I'm not 12.
Anyway, so it's you and the Swedish bikini team on an island.
Yeah. So I've got one. How many lights do I have? Just one light?
You got one light.
I got one light and one tool. One that I get to pick.
And one modifier. You got one modifier.
Okay, so I would probably pick. About a 4x6 light panel with translucent fabric, because with that I can make it any size I want.
Oh, wait a minute. So you're not talking about a softbox. You're talking about like a scrim.
I'm talking about a scrim, a very large scrim, 4 feet by 6 feet.
That's a trick answer.
Well, you gave me a trick question. So here's the skinny, because with that.
Told you selective color.
Here's the trick. No, but the trick is I can make that, depending on how close I place it to the light source, I can make it appear smaller, sharper, higher contrast, or I can make it bigger, softer, and I can send light past it and bounce it off of somebody with a white T-shirt and use it for a reflector.
They don't wear T-shirts up in the eye.
Oh, that's right.
I hate super smart guys. It's the most annoying thing. You know
Wait,
what? Here's what I was hoping for. Can I tell you what I was hoping for?
That
Gosh, I don't know, Scott. I don't know. I
Grid spot.
Yeah, grid spot. I don't know. What, a reflector with a... What a great answer. I really, really just don't want you around here anymore.
Okay.
No, that was great. That's the perfect answer.
I'm sure I won't be invited back. So.
I don't know.
I think you're back.
Let's take a break to regroup. We still have our giveaways to go, and we're going to talk a lot more with Tony, so don't go away, and thank you guys for hanging in. This is a longer grid show than normal, but, you know, the network will not push us off, and we've already had a deal. We talked to the network, and they said they would expend our time.
Nice.
But when we're done, this will cut to a rugby game already
In progress.
Yeah.
Heidi.
We'll be right back.
Hey, Corey, we're going to that new pizza place across the street after work. You in?
I really wish I could, man. I'm under deadline with this book. I gotta get it done.
You're a machine, Corey. You're a machine!
Well, you have no idea.
From the robotic compositing mind of Corey Barker. Learn step-by-step Photoshop tricks, type effects, extracting, textures, Hollywood effects, and really badass 3D. Photoshop Down and Dirty Tricks for Designers, Volume 2. Your mind will be composited away.
Hey, we are back. Scott Kelby here with RC, and Tony Corbell is joining us. Just a very, very smart guy. Holy cow. We were just saying, as soon as we went to break, we're like, dude, you smoked
Good
this
one.
answer. Good answer. That was like a Family Feud style answer. Good answer.
You guys are knuckleheads.
Hey, so Tony, can I ask you another question?
Yeah.
So we have a phenomenon that happens. Our viewers know we do this thing once a month called Blind Photo Critiques. Now, did you do one of those with us? When
I
you
did
were
not.
here? Okay. So once a month we ask our viewers to send in their images, and a lot of times we have this weird phenomenon with portraits. Someone will send us. Well, they usually send us 4 or 5 images, and it's blind critique. We don't know their names,
Right.
So we can talk honestly about their images without hurting
hurting
somebody's
somebody,
feelings.
yeah,
And
sure.
what if it's somebody we know or something,
Yeah.
and then we don't want to be soft on somebody or whatever. So a lot of times I'll go through 4 or 5 images, and I'll even see, well, this one's good, and the other 4, it doesn't even look like the same photographer took them.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't want to say that they got lucky with that shot, because they're obviously capable of taking that. Right. So what is it? I don't know what it is that's causing their problem. What is it how are they able to sometimes make a great shot and a lot of times make a horrible shot?
Yeah. I think the answer is I'm seeing more and more of this too as well. I think a lot of people have a great eye, and they really can take a great picture, but they don't have the foundational skills under their belt to create predictable results. They don't know how to recreate with a knowledge base of how to do that again tomorrow. They did it yesterday, but they can't do it tomorrow.
Right. So they have the one great shot,
and then they just run.
Then tomorrow they try to do it again,
and they can't remember how they did it because they don't know the techniques to do it. They just can't remember how to do it. They just can't do it. So for me, and I teach this a lot in my lighting workshops. It's all about understanding, creating the foundation, knowing your craft so well that you don't get fooled. It's kind of like, one of your producers asked me if I was nervous this morning as I'm climbing up the ladder in front of, almost 80 of your staff. Are you nervous? Well, no, I'm not really nervous because I know exactly what the result's going to look like. It's a predictable thing. I have a light meter, which I trust, my trusty 758 Sekonic. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know what this is going to look like. Why am I nervous? It's not going to fail, So I think that the biggest issue for me is new photographers, especially people 5 years or fewer in the business, really, really need to understand the foundation of their craft. Understand, camera technique, obviously, shutter speed, apertures, ISOs, fine. But you need to understand the basics and the foundations of light qualities, light quantity, and you just can't miss. I always jokingly say, we are paid to perform on demand.
Yeah.
You can't miss it. You can't guess. You can't hope it's there. You just have to hit it.
So Tony, that's what my concern is when I see these images, and we're trying not to be too mean to these folks, but when I see like one image out of 4 that's good, or one image out of 5 that's good, if somebody sees the good image and they go, ooh, that's what I want, and they show up to the gig, they're not going to be able to reproduce that image because you're seeing they hired you on the lucky shot, and we all get lucky shots. And
no doubt about it.
I even talk about luck on my tour, and I don't ever apologize for getting a lucky shot. Because so many times we did everything right and it came out wrong.
Sure.
You know what I mean? There's times where you get up at dawn and you're there at this fabulous location and you're waiting for the clouds, and then the clouds don't show up and it's a bald day and you get a horrible shot and
and your model's in a bad mood.
Yeah, your model's in a bad mood or
It's
something terrible, and I think, okay, when I get that lucky shot, that doesn't make up for all the bad ones. That just starts making up for all the times where I missed the shot, or my battery was dead, or my camera broke. I remember I got a brand new 24-70. My first day I arrived in Dubai. I'd hurt my leg. I hand it to my buddy Jeff, and the first thing he does is drop my brand new 24 on the ground. So dude, the very first, I'm getting out of the car, bam!
Did you let him fly back?
No, he's still there. But it makes up for all those. So when you get a lucky shot, but that's great that you got the lucky shot.
Yeah.
But then I hire you. So then I see you and I hire you to do my daughter's portrait, and I see the image, and I'm like, that doesn't look like.
And the challenge is, how do we tell new photographers that they're not quite ready yet for prime time, and that happens a lot, and it happens a lot in wedding. I hear all kinds of horror stories from wedding guys, where there's a new photographer in town who's been shooting for 3 years, and they took some beautiful sunsets, so they're getting a wedding gig. Mm-hmm. You don't know how to handle a mad bride's mom. You don't know how to handle mixed lighting with tungsten, daylight, and fluorescent tubes coming in at the same shot. You don't understand the foundation, and it's a challenge.
Luck favors the prepared.
Oh, and plus, once you're prepared, then another great phenomenon happens. That is serendipity steps in. Mm-hmm. And McNally and I've talked about this before, where serendipitous things happen to us all the time. It's like, that was great. This guy opened, and this one little shaft of light came down and lit the right house. That stuff happens.
Yeah, it does happen, doesn't it?
It does happen, and it's better if you kind of are prepared to capture it, because it doesn't happen for long. Mm-hmm. So it really does help if you sort of know what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, I was really impressed with what you said earlier when you said you came into that shoot, and it was quite a production. And in fact, I posted a behind-the-scenes shot.
Oh, you did?
Kathy Perevsky, my friend, was on the set, and she took a picture in the background. And I posted on Facebook to say, hey, Tony was here doing a group shot and stuff. But the way you said, when you climb up that ladder, you're not nervous. Dude, I'm nervous every shoot I do. I'm nervous when I get on the grid set. I must be just nervous a lot. I'm nervous when
I'm a little
I see
nervous
Brad
sitting here next to you guys, but
well,
but that's because I'm a real selective color guy.
RC might make you wear those glasses. At which point,
hey.
Gunner.
Leave my gunners alone.
Yeah, those are nice.
They actually look kind of cool. Can I try them?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
There you go. I'm telling you, when we go out, Call of Duty.
Those are, you know what it is? They're too hip for me.
They are. They're pretty
too
hip
for me.
Yeah.
Hey, so Paul Earhart writes in, the grid needs an Iron Chef-like challenge where there is a mystery light modifier instead of a
That
food.
would actually be really cool.
I would love.
No.
I would love
You'd
that.
have to be one of the judges. You can't. You can't compete.
I'm in. Let's do it.
Wouldn't that be great? You know why? Because you get every one.
It's like you'd have McNally, Tony Corbell. Who would be the third Iron Chef that you would put in? Tell us who you think would be the third Iron Chef that you'd put in.
Zach Arias is Zach's very good. Frank Doerhoff is
Frank
really
is
good.
great. I was in Dubai with Frank.
Were you?
He's great.
Isn't he? He's a nice guy.
Oh, he's a very funny man.
I love Frank.
I'm
going to be
McNally
speaking
would
at
be
an
like
event that he's doing in Amsterdam next year.
McNally would be like the Mario Batali. Like, if you ever watched Iron Chef, I'm a big Iron Chef fan, but it's just like Mario Batali comes in and he's just like, they're like, I picked to fight Mario Batali, and he's just like, okay, let's throw down. And he shows up with like a giant Parmesan wheel. He cuts a hole in it, sets it on fire, and makes fettuccine Alfredo inside of it. And people are like, "Oh my God, what is he?" He's just like, watch
describe
this.
the chef version of McNally. So I have a question for you. So, if you were going to try, this is another lighting question. Do you mind? Because this is the only time I get to pick your brain.
That's what I do.
Right? This is one-on-one. And
because you got a show tonight.
By the way, do I have a show tonight? Oh my gosh!
You have a show.
All I know is I heard you say, "Do not let you leave here without those tickets."
I'm going to Kiss and Def Leppard tonight. I'm taking my son, my 17-year-old son, and I. He loves all that classic rock, and we are going to see Kiss and Def Leppard tonight, dude.
That's pretty cool.
It's going to be awesome.
Kiss and Def Leppard. But the show starts in an hour and a half, and well, I'm in the middle of a show. But you know what? Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Tony's really busy when he's here. He's teaching these classes. This is my only chance to ask him one-on-one questions. So Tony.
Yes, sir.
If I can ask for me.
I'm ready.
All right. So when I was doing that fashion shoot you saw, I was trying to do this thing where I'm imitating natural light. And one of the shows is trying to make it real. Can you give me your tip on recreating the look of natural light? Because I don't think anybody wants to use flash and have everybody go, oh yeah, you use flash. Like, look at that picture of McNally's right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't look like flash. And you know it was.
Yeah. So what you were doing looked really good, and it did look natural. And the trick is, especially with a big octave like that, move your subject to the back edge of the box.
To get that feather?
Yeah, they can't stand in the middle of the box. They've got to be at the back edge of the box. And then, I hate the word wraparound because light doesn't bend. It doesn't wrap. And that's just a bad rap.
But that's what they use. Everybody discusses with the big octaves.
That's what people say with the big octaves, is that it does tend to look like it wraps. But what it's basically doing is you're getting light firing off of the 45-degree angle on the closest to the camera side of the inside box. So it's coming in, opening up the shadow side a bit, and it does look like window. But it works best if your subject is at the back edge of the box.
The back edge of the box.
Yeah.
Because the center has that hot spot,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So the center is going to be the brightest, and as you go to the edges, the light gets creamier, gets better.
Well, it does as long as they're moved back. If they move forward, then it falls apart. And it gets very contrasty.
Very contrasty.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
So there you have it.
Well, I got lucky when I
Well,
did mine because I put it towards the back of the.
That's a gorgeous picture, really gorgeous
Well,
picture.
you're very kind, but yeah, that big octa. You know, that's the thing about it is you can. And
This is the year of the octa for me. It's funny that you're talking about that. I've always stayed away from octamax. I just didn't like that octagonal catch light, and it just bugged me. And I didn't have any round inserts to put on. But this year, seriously, since January, February, I've started shooting more and more and more octa, and all of a sudden I'm having the time of my life, and I'm getting better pictures than I've shot in a long time.
Really?
So I'm really happy.
Dude, I love a big octa.
Yeah.
You know what I think? I think a big softbox is as close to cheating in lighting as you can get.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to be doing it tomorrow night. We're doing this thing called the Photoshop World-a-thon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be doing a live lighting demo during it using off-camera flash, not a strobe, just a like a SB.
Sure.
No, I forget what I'm using. A Yongnuo. Who knows? Hey, you know what? I got a new Photix flash for the Canon. I think maybe I'll be using that tomorrow. Photix. Say it with me.
Photix. Dude, I love my Photix.
All right, so tomorrow I'm going to do this. And you know what I'm using for my softbox? Listen to this. I'm using a 50 by 30 Westcott Apollo. It's $169. 50 by 30 for hot shoe flash. 169 bucks. It's giant. But you know what it is? It's cheating. When you get that big a softbox, you don't have to be that good at lighting. The softbox does a lot of the work. And you know where I'm going to put my model?
At the back edge.
At the back edge
of
the box. The back edge of the box.
You'll see the difference. Do one in the center, and then do one at the back edge, and you'll see the difference.
Nice.
Maybe I'll
do a
that.
test. Show it live. You'll be glad you did.
I'll be glad I did. Oh, it's a 50 by 50. Excuse me, 50 by 50. Man, Brad's on it today. It is a 50 by 50 box from Westcott. What's the full name? Brad just had it right there. It's the Westcott Recessed Mega JS Apollo 5050. How can it not be a success with that great name? Westcott Recessed Mega JS Apollo. $169 at B&H.
Anything with mega
Come on.
in the word. I mean, really? It's got mega in the title.
Well, yeah, it's mega.
Can't miss.
All right, this is probably the longest episode of The Grid, so we don't have a whole lot of time. So, Tony, where can we learn more about Tony? Where do we go to find, what are you doing? What's your latest project?
Look, somebody's put my website up there.
Nice.
CorbellProductions.com. And then also, I'm writing 2 or 3 days a week. I'm writing a blog with all about these Bowens lights, and it's just all about light education at teambowens.com.
At Team Bowens?
Teambowens.com.
T-E-A-M.
There's some of
look
my
at
stuff.
this.
Yeah. But you can go to teambowens.com, and that's where I'm putting all this information up there. And there's little video snippets and all sorts of stuff. And we're going to see a lot more and more and more educational stuff will be going up there. And that's just a hodgepodge of miscellaneous stuff. There's a portrait of John Sexton I did last year.
Oh, those are
him in his
beautiful.
gallery. Yeah, it's just some fun stuff.
Yeah, this is your last time on The Grid, dude. You've burned your bridge. You burned your bridge.
Fun. Well, I had a good time. Well, I had a great time while it lasted. So.
Hey, thank you so much for being our guest today.
Thanks
and
for inviting me down
being
here
so
this week.
patient. And thanks for stumping me and RC with your unbelievable answer. Answer of the year. That's...
Yeah, I thought it was good.
I don't know what to say.
You got a gift.
You.
You're my friend.
You, my friend.
You're my friend.
You're good.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, thanks to everybody for watching. I didn't mention this earlier. We're gonna get to the contest. We do have a Peach Pit e-deal for you. Every week, Peach Pit makes one of their books available to you, our viewers, for 40% off. This week, it's Run and Gun Lighting Resource: One Light Solutions for Commercial and Portrait Photographers by Nick. Can't quite read his last name because I'm old.
Fancher.
Nick Fancher, thanks. RC is not, apparently. So go to peachpit.com/KelbyOne, and there is a code you enter that gets you 40% off. The code is, surprisingly enough,
KelbyOne.
All right. Hey, if you wanted to get our giveaways, remember, we're going to be giving away 5 signed copies of my brand new digital photography book, Part 5. I got the first copy today. It'll be in bookstores here shortly. Go to KelbyOne.com/contest. If you scroll down, you have to choose which show you're watching. I was watching The Grid. Then you're going to put in your name and all that jazz. In the comments, it's very important for you to tell us what you want to win. The things you could win today are RC's book, Corey's book, Scott's book, Scott's seminar in St. Louis or Kansas City, Joe McNally's seminar in Milwaukee, Boston, or someplace else I can't remember. Go to KelbyOne facebook.com/live, and you'll see where Joe's at. And just so put that in the comments box so we know which one that you want to win. Tony, you got anything we can give away? You got a book? Come on, you got all kinds
I got
of
stuff.
What do you got? Give me something.
I'll throw something out there. I'll give a book.
All right.
How about a Nix software book? I've got a book, the behind the scenes of how to utilize all Nix software products.
Nice,
dude. All right. All
Done.
right.
I'll give one away. Done.
Nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dude, you are like ice.
All you have to do is ask.
You were ice
He's
under
cool.
pressure.
He's
Dude,
just
he
like,
is
we got it.
ice. Nothing. All right. Hey, Shelly says, enjoy the concert. You should paint your face with the Photoshop tools like you did at Photoshop World. I'm actually going to just wear the boots, just the boots we wore back then.
That's good.
Hey, I wanted to share a couple of different things here before we took off. Just to make sure that we reiterate most of this stuff here. Now, one of them is just going to be a shameless plug, obviously. But here, if you go to KelbyOne, if you want to see some of this stuff, all of the stuff that we're talking about, video and video processing, this is the thing that I have a class here, processing video. So there's actually 2 classes, but if you want to take a look at this, it's a CS6. It's exactly the same thing that we were talking about
what we showed
there,
today.
right? Make sure that we go take
From
a look
RC.
at the digital DSLR video filmmaking. So you have 2 different classes that you can see there. This one's 24 minutes. I think that my class is probably no more than an hour long. Make sure that you take a look at Dream Shoot Rentals.
Yay.
DreamShootRentals.com for that. Triple Scoop Music was the place that we went to for most of
I'm
that
a big
stuff.
fan. I've got a Tony Corbell music collection there.
Do you?
I do.
Nice.
I'm a big fan.
The flash that you were taking a look at was this one, the Mitros Plus TTL
Yes,
flash
the
from Canon.
Mitros Photics.
So I'm
I
digging
will be
it.
flashing it soon. I'll be flashing it by tomorrow. Come and see it.
And here, one of my favorite, and this is what I was going to throw shameless. I am digging this. Photix has this collapsible beauty dish.
Oh, a collapsible beauty dish.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Very nice.
But anyway, just thought I'd share that. But I wanted to make sure that we just shared some of the links and some of the pages before we went away.
That was very pluggy, RC.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You. Tony, thank you again
Thanks,
for being
Scott.
here.
I
You were
appreciate
awesome,
it, man.
awesome,
Thanks.
awesome guest. Thank you for
Thanks.
coming
Glad
to
to see you
these
guys.
awesome classes for KelbyOne as well. RC, I love your glasses.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
They're
I'm enjoying
good.
them myself.
Thanks, all of you. We'll see you next week right here on the grid. Maybe Matt will be back. You never know.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, guys.
Get the world's best photography